Welcome to my world! It's nail time! Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be using the Polygel from Azure, the gel they came out. I got this from AliExpress, and if you're interested, just keep on watching. So the first thing we're going to do is file and these tips. I'm using a file buffer. I'm not really sure if that makes any sense, but this is a file on like a buffer. I got this from the UGL gel packages, and I just love them to blend into tips. Because we're using my little hand here, we're not going to be adding any dehydrator because it's just going to crack the nail tip, but you want to make sure you clean off that extra dust before you apply anything, because you don't want to get any lifting because of the dust. I'm coming with my Factory Nails primer, and I will be using this primer for a while because I want to see how well they work, and I already did this on my client, and I will let you know if this primer worked really well with the Polygel. But it's from Factory Nails, and I got that from Pooh's Corner. If you want to know, I'm using my Macart base gel to go over this, and I'm going to cure this for 60 seconds in my LED Macart lamp. So this natural pink, it is so pretty. It looks like it's on the like a little bit on the red side, but once it's blended out, it's a beautiful pink. I really like it. I did put this Polygel in hot water in a bowl for about like 5 minutes before I used it, because it just works a lot better for me because of my carpal tunnel. I don't really like these Polygels in a tube, but this one, it was okay after I put it in the hot water. So this time I decided to use alcohol instead of my slip solution, because honestly I feel like there is no difference between a slip solution and alcohol, and I could just get my hands more on the alcohol than slip solution. So I also don't like the fact that when I use the slip solution, I do get like white residues on top of the Polygel. With alcohol, I don't ever get that. So, but I also learned that if you don't automatically put the Polygel in the LED lamp after you're done, let it settle for a minute, like let it sit there until like it settles and until all the alcohol dries. Get you a dry brush and kind of take off all the alcohol residue off first, and then cure it. You won't get no bubbles, or you won't even get any white residues. So you want to make sure that you pick up a lot of Polygel to cover their apex if you want to keep doing it this way. If you're doing it in a dual form and your dual forms are like popping off, it's because the dual forms are too thin. So make sure that you create your apex. If you need to go back with another layer of Polygel right on top of the free edge to create your apex, you could go ahead and do that. Well, as you can see, the other two nails, I did not put it under the lamp yet because I am letting it settle for a minute, and I'm going to put it under the lamp as soon as I get all these 5 nails done. And I feel like it works a lot better for me, and because we're not over curing it. And I think that's a lot of the problems why these Polygels are popping off, because we're over curing them. And as you guys know, I am taking classes to learn how to, do Polygels, and she did make some sense when she said that every single time you put these Polygels, when you're finished with one and you cure it, and then you finish the other one and then you cure it, that one that you just finished is getting like double the cure, and they're all getting double cured. So these Polygels only require like 2 minutes of cure. So if I was to go through the whole hand, I'd sit here and actually cure these polygels for probably a total of 8 minutes, which is too much cure time. And so when you over cure gels, they crumble off, they crack off, they pop off, they snap so easily. And that's the same thing that works with polygel. You don't want to over cure it. So this is what I'm doing from now on. I do all 5 of the nails first, and then I put it under the lamp so we don't over cure this. After you let the polygel just sit there before you cure it, you will see how clear it is. This is what it looks like when it's cured under the LED lamp. I did it for a minute, and look at how clear and how smooth it is. This actually helped me a lot with my filing time too. This finger, I always for some reason do it too thin, but I don't know why I do it that way, but I always go back, you know, and fix it. It's not a big deal. But when these cure, they do leave a sticky layer, so you don't really have to put another coat of base gel. So I'm just doing is applying another layer of polygel and making sure I build it. And I'm going to do the same thing before I put it in the lamp. I'm going to let it just sit there, let it set a little bit, let it dry, the alcohol dry a little bit, and then I will cure it. So now that I have all the polygels nice and cured, I do still check to see if I need to add a little bit more, because you know how polygel is, sometimes it lays flat. Okay, so in this next step, I'm going to show you how I create my 3D bows, and I've done this years ago, but I'm going to do an update video. This green I mixed myself, and I will have this in for sale soon. I'm not sure when, but soon. And I'm taking my Mia Secrets 3D artistic brush number 6 to create this bow. So I'm going to take just a medium-sized pearl, and I'm just going to flatten it out while it's wet, all the way extended. Now, the longer you extend this, the longer the bow is. So if you pick up a lot, it's gonna spread out a lot, and then your bow is gonna be really, really big. So I only picked just a medium-sized pearl, and I'm just shaping it out to the ends look like little diamonds at the end, little triangles at the end. And then I'm patting it in the middle, removing all the excess monomer. This is a process. It doesn't take that long, but you don't want to rush doing this, because if you do, then you can mess up the bow and it won't come out right. So make sure you put it into shape, and when it gets matte, then you come and you pat it down for it to be flat all the way through. Make sure that your shape of this is perfect, because those ends are going to fold and create that bow. Okay, so now that the acrylic is in matte, you want to take your brush and go under it, and you want to just pull the tabs in both sides. And usually when I do this, I always pinch the middle first, but we're not doing that this time because I really wanted this bow to be I wanted it to be small, not too big. So I am taking my katana and I'm pinching in towards the folds, and then I'm coming with my Swarovski crystal. You could use a rhinestone or whatever you have, and then you could put it on top of where those folds are, so the folds don't come out, and then you have this cute little bow, and it's so cute. Let this dry, and then you could glue it on the nail. It's so easy to do. I actually have another video, but it was like years ago, so if you want me to do another video, like updated video of just, you know, doing these bows, just let me know and I will do it. But I really love these bows. My clients love them. They're so easy to do, and when you're bored, you could just do a whole bunch of them in different colors, and it's just so cute. I love them. This is what it looks like when their nails are nice and buffed and filed. And as you know, in my other videos that I always mention, I don't file the nails with a regular file because of the scratches it leaves. So what I do now is I just buff them to where they're smooth, and I take my file and I would perfect the coffin shapes on the sides. And as you can see, there are no bubbles, there's no white residue. It is beautiful, it's perfect. And that's what I was trying to achieve, and I'm glad I did. Okay, so we're coming with the Model 1's Victoria Gold for this, and I'm doing this in this finger and then in the ring finger. Green I got from AliExpress, and it is from Azure collection. It's number 124, but I went to go see if I could find it, and I can't find this color anymore, so I don't know, you know, where to find this color again, but it is from the Azure company. So this white I'm using is from Madame Glam Perfect White, and I'm going to do 2 layers of the perfect white on this finger. So the black I'm using is from Model 1's, and I really like this black, but honestly I probably won't ever use this black again for drawing because I felt like I had to do more layers just to get that black to pop out. So this is like a neon yellow also from the Azure, and I got this from AliExpress, and I cannot find this. Also, I got this like 3 months ago, and now that I went back, it's gone. So I've tried to see if another seller has this, but they don't have these. So if you know where I could get like new neon colors, let me know, because I really like the Azure neon colors and I just can't find them. I gave up using the Model 1's black and I went back to my Matte. This is why I always go back to Matte, because Matte gel polish is so pigmented, it's so black, it doesn't spread, it stays where it is, you know, and then you could just leave it there and then cure it whenever you want. You don't have to like cure it fast because it spreads out, and that's the Maffy. So this is what I did on this finger. This is Buttercup, and I did use the Maffy, and I'm so glad that I found it because I was getting really stressed out with the Model 1s doing that. Not all gel polishes are made for painting, so just because it didn't work for my painting, it doesn't mean it's bad. It's just me. I prefer different gels to paint with, and Maffy is my favorite black to paint with, and I've been saying that forever. It's just so pigmented, it doesn't spread, you could do so many details with it. It's thin on top of that. This page color is from the You Are Sugar gel pots from AliExpress, and this one is D002, and this is my favorite one so far. I have like 45 different gel pots from this, and I don't know why I don't use them, but I promise I will use them more because I know a lot of people like the You Are Sugar. By mistake, I picked up Model 1's black again, and I messed her eyes up because the Model 1's it's just not pigmented enough, and they spread. So I was really upset that I had to go back and fix her up, but it's okay because everybody makes mistakes. And so I came with my Model 1's whites instead because it's more pigmented. It's more of a pigmented white, so I could clean up and fix my mistakes. So I'm fixing my mistakes, and I came back with my Maffy and I fixed everything up. I came back with the You Are Sugar, and I fixed her face and came back with the green and finished up her eyes. Okay, so I finished this look with Macart top coat and Model 1's matte top coat for Buttercup. And this is what it looks like after they're done. If you can see the bow, look how cute that is. I really love Buttercup. I think she's so cute. I really like this set. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think, and thumbs up. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.